Hey, hey, hey. Happy Monday. I'm back. Come on in, pull up a chair. The Daily Dope is in the air. Howdy, 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 gang. Yes, I'm Jeff McAleer, back once again as your host here at The Daily Dope. Yes, I'm back. I was on vacation for a week. So, tonight is Monday, October 21st. This is episode 382 of The Daily Dope. So, kicking back, I will talk about a little bit about what I did during my week off from doing the show. I still was doing videos and plenty of other things on the website, but I did take just a week break from the Daily Dope. So, because this is a live stream, do want to point out chat is available on YouTube. It's not on screen. It's one of the ways that I keep some of the more unusual commenters at bay, but I do pay attention to chat and I will respond. So if you want to say howdy, or maybe you've got a question, fire away. I will respond. And of course, if you have not subscribed to the Gaming Gang channel yet, please do. And if you do, don't forget, ring that little bell because it will not only tell you when I upload new videos, like I did earlier today, it will also notify you when the stream goes live. So far we've got Flaming Huron in chat. We've got Steve Poirier. Taking a wild guess on that pronunciation. I'm probably way off. So do want to also point out, tell a friend, in fact, tell two friends about the Gaming Gang. Not just the YouTube channel, but also the website itself. Because there's so much going on over at the Gaming Gang channel that's not part of the Daily Dope. Okay, so John Vogel is popping in too. John is pointing out that he enjoyed the last 100 yards review that I did while I was on vacation. Right? It wasn't a vacation. I was just taking a break from doing shows at night, just for a week. Just kind of catch my breath again. I had quite a few videos. Was it 5? Let's see, 5 new videos popped up while I was taking my little break. So, anyway, John, I'm glad you enjoyed the last 100 yards review. Do want to point out that I did post earlier today my review of Tyranny of Dragons for 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. This is, of course, obviously from Wizards of the Coast with an assist by Koval Press. And check out the review. I can see I already have a few people who are maybe really into Dungeons and Dragons who are just not happy that I did not give the book as high a score as they may have wanted. But you know what? It's just my opinion. I shared my opinion. And if people want to downvote that, so be it. It's okay. It's still just all engagement on the video. So even those thumbs down help me out. So knock your socks off. The Madman is back as well in chat. Very cool. Got a lot going on. Got a good amount of news today. I will actually finish up the show with talking about some freebies out there too. So definitely hang around for that. So got a good amount of news. Good variety of news pieces as well. So let's jump right on in. Because there's an interesting release. It's coming from Firelock Games. And I've got the dope on Scurvy Dice. Weird name. Sounds like a cool game, though. Oddball name. Prepare to set sail for fortune and fame on the ocean's blue. As newly recruited captains in Scurvy Dice, you will outfit your ships with sails, cannons, and men to battle your way to the mythical Parrot Island. Once you're sure you've had your fill of gold, it's time to race to Monkey Grove and secure your haul. Legendary captains may even be willing to temporarily join your crew for a chance at the booty. So batten down the hatches, hoist the mainsail, and roll out the cannons. The battle to prove who's the most cunning pirate captain of the seven seas is about to begin. Scurvy Dice is a unique dice game in which players roll their 10 ship dice and use them to build a ship to battle and loot treasures of fortune. The dice that you place as cannons are the dice you actually roll to shoot at other players' ships. The dice that you place as crew are the dice you roll during melee battles. If you have a lucky parrot on your ship, you can use him to give you an advantage during different phases. And if you've survived the cannon fire and boarding actions, you may have enough ship and crew left to grab the loot on Parrot Island. Watch out for the other scurvy dogs. They're out for that loot too. Each piece of your ship is important in some way. If you go heavy on cannons and hull, you may not have enough sails to beat your opponents to the treasure, or you may not be fast enough to evade boarding by a heavily crewed ship. If you go too light on hull, you may not have enough storage for the treasure dice, even though you got to Parrot Island first. There's more than one strategy to build and crew your ship. So just take care not to get scurvy, which will set you back on the scoring track. Scurvy Dice is for 2 to 4 players, ages 8 and up, plays in 15 to 30 minutes. It will carry an MSRP of $30 when it arrives in November. So cool. Looks pretty interesting. It has a game map that is, hey, why are we getting the whiz kids coming up here? What's going on? I tell you, take a week off and it's not up. Yep, there you go. I was gonna say there's only supposed to be 3 images and it's showing 4. So yeah, so there was no whiz kids mentioned in that news piece. But I was gonna say it does look pretty interesting because the game board is actually like a cloth map, so it's supposed to look like a treasure map. So I thought that was kind of cool, kind of interesting. And as I mentioned, that is coming from Firelock Games. Kids of all ages might be interested in the next news piece because there is a new release coming from Rio Grande Games. It is also arriving next month, and I've got the dope on Monster Baby Rescue. I know, kind of an oddball name, isn't it? Monster Baby Rescue, the delightful new game by Vladimir Suchi, designer of Underwater Cities and Last Will, features adorable arts and great components. The game is simple enough for kids to play, but it offers sophisticated strategic opportunities that will keep adult board gamers engaged. In Monster Baby Rescue, for some reason I just want to say like Rubber Baby Bumper. Monster Baby Rescue. Anyway, in the game, players will take care of their sad, lost, and ill baby monsters who are lost here from Fantastic Worlds. Every player chooses their own monstie, either a dragon, mandragora, orc, basilisk, or Cerberus, and with the help of tiles displayed on the table, they take care of that little monster. There are tiles to groom particular body parts, tiles with playgrounds, cozy places, diamonds to play or decorate with, and magicians, who are kind of like vets. These tiles have a different price, which is paid by a different number of steps on your monstie on the time track. In Monster Baby Rescue, each player starts the game with that sad, scared baby monster. Players take turns choosing tiles representing different ways of caring for them. Taking a tile costs variable amounts of time, and the player must weigh the benefits of a tile against the amount of time it will cost. As the monsters get more care, they become healthier and happier. At the end of the game, the winner is the player whose monster has received the best care. Monster Baby Rescue is for 2 to 5 players, ages 9 and up, plays in 20 to 40 minutes, and will carry an MSRP of $44.95 when it arrives in November. Flaming Huron says, oh yeah, Monster Baby Rescue just rolls right off the tongue. Yep, Rubber Baby Bumper. Come get Rubber Baby Bumper. I don't know, it looks kind of cute. It looks like the sort of game that the kids could probably really get into. there is a game on Kickstarter right now that also looks pretty fun. I don't know if it would be for the smaller kids, but it is nearing the home stretch of its Kickstarter for Gilgamesh Games, and I've got the dope on the Cats of Ulthar. We're bringing the H.P. Lovecraft tale, The Cats of Ulthar, into the gaming universe. This quick play, two-player card game has magic, ancient elder gods, and of course, cats of all kinds. Got 15 minutes to weave spells, collect feline friends, and avoid summoning the wrath of Lovecraft-inspired Egyptian gods? Then step right on up and learn more. Based on the story by H.P. Lovecraft, The Cats of Ulthar is a two-player card game. Each player attempts to surround their spellcaster card with 3 cats in matching order, while at the same time attempting to attack the other player's cats with magic spell cards. Once each player gets a turn, then the villains of the game, or the Cotter and wife, get a turn as well. These cards will attack cats from either opponent. Damn you, Cotter! And your wife! If your opponent attacks you with a deadly spell card and you can't deflect it with a magic card, then your cat is killed. However, that means your opponent has summoned the wrath of the ancient elder gods and must pull a card from their deck, then follow what the card says. This is never good. Once your spellcaster is completely surrounded on 3 sides with the proper cat cards, throw down a kill card on the Cotter and the wife card to win the game. There is a short video from Gilgamesh Games about the Kickstarter, so let's kick back and give it a watch. As mentioned previously, the Cats of Ulthar is for 2 players, ages 13 and up, pretty much because of the artwork and the concept of killing cats, right? Plays in 15 to 30 minutes, and it happens to be over 300% funded right now. There are 10 days left in the Kickstarter, and you can reserve a copy of the game for a $16 pledge. Delivery is expected in May of next year. So, this kind of looks interesting. Come on, it's Lovecraft. You say Lovecraft and you always pique my interest, right? Doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to like it, but it does pique my interest. And I got to say, it's $16. Come on. I mean, how many of these card games do we see lately that 2-player card game, 15, 30 minutes, and it's still like $40? So this could even be a good deal as well. So that is coming from Gilgamesh Games. As I mentioned, it is fully funded. So as long as they come through on their end, if you reserve a copy, you will receive it. So let's talk a little bit about role-playing games, because Onyx Path Publishing is going to roll out their first release for the 5th edition of Vampire the Masquerade. Coming in January, and I've got the dope on Chicago by Night. Chicago lies at the center of the web that is the American heartland. Tendrils of power, wealth, and reward stretch outward, ensnaring the selfish, greedy, and unwary. Yet Chicago attaches that. Let's grab a sip here. Yet, Chicago attracts its predators too. There are creatures that would have the city for their own, spinning their own webs of malice and intrigue. But among the city's towering skyscrapers and windswept streets, who was the spider and who was the fly? The Chicago by Night updated edition of White Wolf's best-selling city book will be Onyx Path Publishing's first supplement for Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition. In this hardcover supplement, you'll find descriptions of most of the kindred inhabitants of Chicago, complete with 5th edition write-ups, the secret history of Chicago with detailed maps and geographical details, relationship details and factions, and dozens of encounters organized by theme, which provides storytellers a means to make the setting come alive for the players. Or as I actually mentioned in my news piece on the website, I said, yeah, make Chicago come alive for the undead. Originally released in 1991, the first Chicago by Night was an iconic release for Vampire the Masquerade, establishing format and style for many supplements to follow. In addition to a revised 2nd edition version, the book had many supplements that introduce important characters and stories to the lore of Vampire the Masquerade. Chicago by Night includes all the information you need to build ongoing chronicles, from courtly intrigue within the Masquerade to confrontations at the Sekhmis Club. This setting sourcebook will help storytellers develop rich and rewarding tales of excess set in the Windy City. Also includes information and game rules for the La Sombra, introducing the clan into Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition. This hardcover of Chicago by Night promises over 240 pages. It will arrive in stores in January, and it will carry an MSRP of $45. No word yet on when a PDF might be available, but for some strange reason, I think Onyx Path, releases PDFs after their hardcovers come out. I might be wrong, but I think that's how they operate. So this is something that fans of Vampire the Masquerade should be pretty excited about, because Chicago was a huge setting for the role-playing game. It really was. And I know some people out there are kind of like, well, how come it was Chicago was such a big deal? And the reason behind that is White Wolf was located in Chicago. So, write what you know, right? So, that is on the horizon, and that will be arriving in January. All right, my final news piece. Matt Koval has launched a Kickstarter for a new 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons supplement. It launched earlier today. It quickly shot past its $300,000 goal, and I've got the dope on Kingdoms and Warfare. Kingdoms and Warfare introduces domain-level play to your game, allowing players to become regents running a kingdom, duchy, or barony, or a church, thieves guild, a bard's college. Whichever you choose, it's up to you. It's your domain. Your domain can take actions, raise armies, conduct espionage, and wage war. Different kinds of domains have access to different actions. A thieves guild is quite good at espionage, not so good at raising armies. So you may need allies, because you will certainly have enemies. Characters are still adventurers, but now the stakes are higher. Now the dragon threatens your people, and the dungeon contains the power you need to stop your enemy's schemes. While you're away, your lieutenant runs your domain by your command, allowing you to continue adventuring as normal, or as normal as anything is in this game. Kingdoms, duchies, baronies, earldoms, any territory with people living on it can be your domain. Domains can be a small province with a single town, or a sprawling kingdom with many cities. This book contains rules for starting with a single province and growing your domain, or starting the game at first level by inheriting an entire kingdom. Not every player wants to run a duchy or an earldom, but these rules give you many more kinds of domains. Existing within, alongside, and sometimes at odds with the kingdom are organizations like churches, thieves guilds, wizard orders, bardic colleges, and more. All of them get special domain actions that affect the outcome of the great game. Kingdoms and Warfare expands on the rules presented in the Chain of Archean live stream with titles for several different organizations. Titles give your characters new, limited abilities and proficiencies that let them shore up the deficiencies of a limited class party. Right now, you can reserve a copy of the supplement in PDF for a $25 pledge, or you can score the hardcover and PDF for a $40 pledge through November 19th. Expected delivery, unfortunately, is May of 2021. Yes, you heard me correct. May of 2021. That I'm a little concerned with. Now, I get Matt Colville has plenty of folks who really love his stuff. And yeah, okay, so let's be honest. There are also people out there who aren't big fans of Matt Colville. I don't know. He's fine. I have no problem with him. I don't get into that kind of, oh, I can't stand that guy. I don't like her. I don't like him. But that's kind of far off as far as delivery on a PDF, especially one that Matt Colville talks about that they've been working on for years already. So I don't know. I honestly do not know. Do want to point out that Kickstarter does have a video featuring Matt, but it's over 10 minutes long. So I figured, I don't think the gang wants to sit through a 10-minute video for that Kickstarter. So I don't know. I don't know. So, but yeah, this could be cool. Now there was, is it Followers and Strongholds or Strongholds and Followers? That was Matt Colville's first Kickstarter, first big release for, I want to say it's MCDM Productions. Taking it off the top of my head again, because it was on the, in fact, you know what? We can just go back. There you go. MCDM Productions. So, and I had heard good things about that. Although, I think the delivery on that was a little late. I think on the hardcover books, I think they were like 8 months late on delivery of that. So, I'm not saying it's a concern that you're not going to receive the Kickstarter. I'm not saying that at all. It just might end up waiting 2 years. That's kind of throws me off a little bit. So, Flaming Huron was talking about the Cats of Ulthar game, saying, oh yeah, it's totally kid-friendly. Look at that art. Cats are adorable. Yeah, but there's like a lot of blood splattered on the images, and I don't know. So that's it for pretty much the normal news, the standard news tonight. Do want to also mention, of course, if you watch any of the videos on the Gaming Gang channel or you visit thegaminggang.com, you already know that this is pretty much a not-for-profit endeavor. So if you like the website, if you like the channel, if you like this show and my videos, please consider making a small donation to Lil Bub's Big Fun and the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. There's a bug flying around here, and it keeps kind of distracting me a little bit because I'm just waiting for it to fly right onto the lens of the camera. It's like I'm kind of like, But it hasn't yet, thank goodness. Otherwise it'd be like, oh my gosh, there's this huge monster in the duct tape studios. But anyway, as I like to point out, Lil Bub's Big Fun does provide grant monies to organizations around the United States that care for special needs animals who are awaiting adoption. These animals could be a little long in the tooth, or they could be blind or deaf, have mobility issues, or they might require daily medications. Regardless, these animals still deserve to find loving homes, and as someone who's adopted plenty of shelter pets in the past, I can tell you, you give these animals a chance, they will repay whatever love you give them 100-fold. So, and of course, if you decide to make a small donation to Lil Bub's Big Fun, let me know. Shoot me an email. My email address is right down there in the corner. It's jeffmaclear@thegaminggang.com. And by all means, if you would like, I will certainly give you a shout out on a following show. Of course, if you ever have a question or a concern or comment or anything like that, if maybe there's a company you would like me to try to engage with, shoot me an email. It's all good. It's cool. All right, so there are a couple of freebies I want to talk about. There's also a contest that I'm going to talk about. Let's talk about the contest first. So, if you noticed, I try to, the bookmark is stuck. So if you caught any of the videos that I was posting during my vacation, you saw that I did a first look at the bestiary for RuneQuest, role-playing in Glorantha. And the fine folks over at Chaosium Inc. had sent me the very, very cool slipcase that contains the core rulebook, RuneQuest role-playing in Glorantha, as well as the bestiary and the GM screen and adventure book, which I am going to show off this week. But that also means I have an extra copy of the core book for RuneQuest, which all I did was read it so I could review it. It has not been like on the table playing games and, you know, putting drinks on it or anything like that. So what I am going to do is I am going to give this away to one lucky subscriber / follower. So here's how this is going to work. If you are a follower of me on Twitter and a subscriber here on YouTube, you will be in the running. All I need you to do is retweet something that I will post tomorrow about the contest. And just say, hey, you know, why you want to win the book. All you got to do. I do have to point out, this contest is only available for those who live in the United States and Canada, because, of course, I'm on the hook for shipping. And amazingly enough, the third largest audience on the Gaming Gang channel actually is France. I am surprised. I would have thought it would be Germany. They're fourth. France is actually number 3. So it's US, Canada. No, I'm sorry. It's US, UK, France, Germany, and Canada as far as my analytics show. But anyway, you'll only be able to win if you live in the US or Canada. And I will pick a winner on October 30th. So we won't even run this very long. Another contest I'm going to have, and I will roll this out probably on Wednesday, is that if you follow me on Twitter and a subscriber here on YouTube, you automatically will get a copy of my Knights and Magic miniature system that we do sell through the Gaming Gang website. And all you have to do is just simply ask for a copy, and I will give you a copy of that in PDF, because I don't handle the actual print copies of that. And we don't sell many of those through Lulu anyway. So those are a couple of contests out there. So one is basically everybody's going to get a free copy of Knights and Magic in PDF if you subscribe to Gaming Gang channel and if you're a follower on Twitter. And all you got to do is simply ask. I'm actually going to put, you're just going to comment in the comment section on one of the videos. I'll figure something out. Like I said, I'm not going to roll this out until Wednesday. A couple other things, housekeeping, just before I wrap the show up. This week and next week, there will be no episodes on Thursday or Friday. So, reason being, Thursday is my birthday. This coming Thursday is my birthday. And then Friday, we're actually having a party because Friday is my mom's birthday. Yes. I am the worst birthday present she ever got because she couldn't return me. So, there you go. So that's why we won't have any episodes this week on Thursday and Friday. And then next week, of course, next Thursday is going to be Halloween. So I'm going to be on candy duty for Halloween. And Friday, I am going to be working on setting everything up for our live stream. Yes, we are once again going to do an extra life stream on Saturday, November 2nd. So I'm going to be setting up cameras and stuff like that because we're not doing it here at the Duct Tape Studios. So there's that. I will have more info about our live stream probably later on this week as well. So as I mentioned early on, I got some freebies I want to talk about. So first off, if you are a PC gamer and if you enjoy war games, if you enjoy historical games, also And the Madman's wishing me and my mom a happy birthday. Thank you very much, Madman. Anyway, I was going to say, if you dig historical games and you don't already own Crusader Kings 2 from Paradox Interactive, it is now free. It is absolutely free. They Paradox announced that they were making Crusader Kings 3, which is supposed to come out sometime next year. So here on out, Crusader Kings 2 is absolutely free on Steam. You can download it on Steam. It is only the base game. It is not all the DLC that's out there. And I gotta admit, this is kind of not a bad move by good old Paradox, because there's loads and loads of DLC. The core game itself is very cool, but the DLC is what really starts making this kind of like a game that you can kind of do whatever you want. And there are a lot of different mods out there as well. So Crusader Kings is very, very cool. I definitely dig it myself. I have it loaded up my laptop, and I still bust out from time to time to continue my dynasty. So, also, it is that time of year that the one bookshelf sites, a la Drive-Thru RPG, Drive-Thru Fiction, Drive-Thru Comics, has their special Halloween trick-or-treat goodies. Now, a few years ago, they did away with the tricks, because you used to be able to like search through the website, and you would find these little icons, and you'd click on it, and some of them were cool free downloads, and others was just silly tricks. They got rid of the tricks. It's all treats now. So, of course, I have all the locations for the One Bookshelf website giveaway. So if you go to thegaminggang.com, now granted, I'm showing you Drive-Thru RPG because that's kind of our home website that I'm affiliated with. But if you go to thegaminggang.com, you will see I have an article that will tell you exactly where everything's located at each of the sites. Not every site has the same thing set up, and not every site is doing freebies. Wargame Vault does not have any freebies, at least when I looked. When I put this list together, they didn't have anything that had little icons. So if you go to thegaminggang.com, you can find where all of the freebies are located exactly on each website. And there are over 30 absolutely free downloads. Now, some are, of course, cooler than others. I mean, there's comics, but there are some pretty cool role-playing game downloads as well. And they're not all located at Drive-Thru RPG, which I thought was kind of funny. In fact, there's a Star Trek Adventures adventure, and it is on, I think you can only get it off of Drive-Thru Comics? Either Drive-Thru Comics or Drive-Thru Fiction. I forget, because, once again, I made the list, and there's 30 different things. And I even showed the duplicates. So even with the duplicates, there are still over 30 free items for you to download. All right, so that is it for tonight's show. Good to be back. Good to be back in the saddle. A little off. I can tell. You know, it's weird. I could have like a 3-day weekend, and then I come back to do the show, and there's always something I'm just a little bit off. Like, I don't want to say like timing or anything like that, but I don't know. Just sometimes doesn't flow like it should. So anyway, do want to remind you, definitely go check out my review of Tyranny of Dragons. And don't be surprised if you see a lot of downvotes on it. So, sad. I just share my opinion. I'm not here to kiss anybody's butt. All right, so that is it for tonight's show. As I like to point out, if you like the show, give it a quick thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber to the Gaming Gang channel, please do subscribe. And if you do, don't forget, ring that little bell, because it will not only notify you when I upload new videos, like today's review, it will also notify you when the stream goes live. And of course, when you're not watching videos on the Gaming Gang channel, be sure to visit thegaminggang.com for all the latest in gaming news, reviews, comics, movies, TV. And now you know the drill. Get your geek on at thegaminggang.com. Everybody who hung out with me in chat tonight, thank you very much. Good to be back. I enjoyed having a few nights off last week. Just kind of kick back and do my thing. Just relaxating, I guess I'll say. But I will have another show tomorrow. So, and of course, regardless if you watch live or on Memorex, I really, really appreciate everybody who hangs out and checks out the show. Because without you, what would be the point of doing this, right? I'd be just talking to the ether. All right, I'll be back tomorrow. Everybody enjoy your Monday night. And until then, happy trails. Zoobadoo-ba-doo-ba-doo-boo. Zoobadoo-ba-doo-ba-doo-boo. Zabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-bum. Zibba. Whoa, hey. I didn't realize that you were still here. Well, if that's the case, then allow me to share the following information with you that I only have 20 seconds to do. So let's all take a deep breath. So, if you would like to subscribe to the Gaming Gang channel, please click right here. If you want to check out the latest episode of the Daily Dope, click right here. And if you'd like to check out a randomly selected standalone video, by all means, click right here. Once again, I'm Jeff McAleer, and thanks for watching.